OASIS are at heart just a rock band, and Blur are at heart a complete pile of shit.
Girls will be boys, will be girls.
I like that song. But you know, Oasis rock. I mean, they know how to rock. They have some they have some swagger. They have some attitude.
Oasis come along with this total attitude and swagger, and we're the best band on the planet, and you're not. And so how can you not? I mean, you might be offended by it, but how can you not admire somebody who comes along and says that?
But the British media particularly has had a field day with the so-called rivalry between yourselves and Blur. Do you guys play into that? You try and ignore it?
I ignore it. I think the band ignore it. Don't play up to it, you know what I mean? We ignore it. It's a media thing, like you say.
We've been guilty of rising to debate, so to speak. Yeah. They don't like Oasis for a start because we don't play the game.
Well, what do you think that game is?
That game is... You see, the enemy in particular seems to think that it was them that made this band's career, which is a joke, do you know what I mean? It's an absolute joke. We were in the top 40 before they put us on the cover, you know what I mean? So, how they came about this, it's because every other band's be-all and end-all of their career has been on the front of a music magazine. And it's like, if that is what it's about, then I'd rather not be in a group, you know what I mean? You know, I'd be a model if it was about being on the cover of newspapers. The Oasis don't play the game in England, and will not suck up to the enemy and be on the cover of that paper every 2 weeks, and we've got nothing to say. So they decided they were going to try and break the momentum of the band, and then because we wouldn't play the game, then they slagged us off. But I mean, I've got no time for that paper anyway. It's a piece of, and I can't say it. Well, I can say it, can't I? I'm sorry, but and that's what it is, you know.
I don't want to repeat what he said, but it was very derogatory. And do you know the quote I'm talking about?
It
came out this past week.
He hopes I die of AIDS.
Yeah.
I think it was a really bad joke.
Yeah, I think it was misquoted, actually. I don't know what you mean now.
It doesn't really matter. You know, he just learned his lesson. You don't say things like that because you get...
He makes himself look like...
This makes him look stupid, you know?
Do you regret having made the comments about wishing Damon and his bandmate from Blur got AIDS?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened there? You said this thing and then people jumped on you and you just had to rethink what you said, or?
Well, I was doing an interview for a British paper, and this woman just kept on and on and on about a quote about the band, and I was a bit drunk, so I mean, you know, I just said what I said, and I took it back straight away, but she printed it anyway, so, you know, what's done is done, innit, I suppose. I mean.
Have you worked it out with the band, or do you feel like you've already sort of come to terms with what had happened?
I don't speak to them, you know, so I mean, I gave an apology through the press, so. But, you know, I mean, there's people in England who'll never forgive you for that, and, you know, so be it, you know, but I mean, you know, I don't wish death upon anyone, you know. But, you know, I mean, it's done now, it's done and dusted. I know people keep going on about it, I suppose. The bigger the issue becomes, but, I mean, you know, it's just one of them things that happened and it's done and that's the end of it, really. I just said what I said and, you know, there you go. I mean, it was a stupid thing to say, but, you know, I've said it now and I've apologised, and to me that should be the end of it.